welcome to the weekly roundup on SA Footballer TV. I'm Tommy Javor.
Darcy Evans.
I'm sure they know our names by now. I'm not sure we do that, but anyway, a big week in footy in Division 2. Interesting week in footy, always interesting, and I tell you, they have arrived. We're not going to start there. Floss Cameron, I've been saying it all year, they're the best team sitting in 8th, they're the best team sitting in 7th. Now they've taken a big scalp, we'll get to it later, by 100 points. They find themselves in 4th.
Massive game, that was.
Yes, things have shifted beautifully for the Phantoms. We're going to start at Broadview. And it was Broadview 10-10-70 going down to Sacred Heart 14-8, 92, 22-point win. Sacred Heart, they've been very good this year.
They have been very good. I think the Weed would be very disappointed with that game because they're 5th now, just holding on to that 5th spot now, Broadview, so they need to sort of pick up the last few games of the year.
I panic now when you say things like Weed with all the talk on drugs and Saffel being on the front page of the paper.
Wiedemann.
Wayne Wiedemann, of course, you speak of.
Indeed. It was a game yesterday, Eagles and Port, saw him floating around the place. So.
Yeah, always good to see him now. I saw him on TV in one of those footy flashbacks the other day. It hasn't changed that much, apart from the hair. But Broadview be disappointed with this one because they did lead at half-time by a couple of goals at home, and they've let it slip, conceding 9 goals to 3 in the second half. For Sacred Heart, again, probably another good sign is that I don't see, and I'm not sure if he played or not, the big fellow Lockie Button. Lockie Button, he played, didn't give their best players, didn't kick any goals, yet Sacred Heart found a way to come from behind and win. So well done. Labba kicked 4, Delmenico 3, Parr was the only other multiple with 2, and Danny Flavel kicked 1 as well. Good to see he's floated back into the mix at Sacred Heart. He's my old university placement student. He went to Sacred Heart, so good luck to him. Angel, Labba and Sperling were their better players.
And for Broadview, you got Fish with 3, Burnett with 3, Fergus with 2, and individual to 4 other players there. Best players Bamford, could be with his goal there. Schlickler.
The dish Schlicker, Tom Schlicker. Schlicker, former St Paul's boy. Yep.
It's just made the crowd go nuts. And Burnett, Smithson, and Ethelvine.
Elfenbein. Hey, Elfenbein, remember?
Yeah,
hey, Elfenbein, great.
I missed 1 week.
You're off the boil. Now, it's name dropping time. So I actually played a half time of the Crows Collingwood game, and I was having a chat with Darren Jum.
Yes,
did you see that? Yeah. Having a chat with Darren Jum, and he does the Host Plus pre-game. And Darren, great support of our show. He's been on our show when we obviously had the radio programs and other things and been interviewed. Always a former CBC coach. He was out watching Gazer and Smosh West Lakes on the weekend to obviously brother Andrew coaching out at Gazer, and he said it wasn't the greatest game of footy he'd ever seen. That Smosh were battling away and managed to lock it in. They were 2 goals down at half-time, Smosh West Lakes. And then he said Gazer started to get on top in the third quarter, as it reads. Well, they've smashed him in the second half, Gazer. 11 goals to 2 to finish 22 goals, 15-1, 47. Smosh West Lakes, 11-7, 73. You got to feel for Corey Payne. He's taken on the job
after half time. You think 2 goals, maybe it could be something special here, but obviously wasn't the.
Look, it must have been a bit of a breeze as well, because at quarter time, Gazer 9-5, 59, Smosh 3-3, 21. They've kicked 6 in the second quarter, Smosh, so they've found some form there, but gee, then they've come out the next quarter and gone down 7 goals to a point. So,
yeah, not good.
No good. For Gazer, it was Beadle with 6, Stevens, the midfielder, with 4, Bowie, no relation to David, with 4, Nichols kicked 3, better players, Lauder, Stevens and Redetti.
And for Smosh West Lakes, Parham with 4, Civic with 2, Hughes with 2, individuals 2, they spread around 4 other players. Best players Sampson, Payne, Brown, White and Parham. Snuck in there with his 4 goals.
Yeah, big Lyndon Parham. He's had a good season, mate. He's one that can really hold his head high.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah, he's done well and been consistent even in the losses. And the only win they've had was, of course, a win that didn't occur on a Saturday, but occurred with a Darcy Evans pointsgate type situation. There's been a few of them in the league this year. Now, the Hose, the producer, said Portland will come with the Thunder. Of course, they are the Thunder. Very good, Tom. But they didn't. They don't play that well away from home this year, and they're at Caterer Oval, and Smosh jumped them early, 5 goals to none at quarter time. And that was the margin in the end. Spockies 12-12, 84. Portland 7-7, 49. So a really good win there to Spock. And, I noticed that Toby Schultz didn't play for them. So, yeah, that's neither here nor there. Trinorden kicked 5. Marway, that's I think Benny Marway's brother, kicked 2. And better players were Hartman, Roberts and Trinorden.
And for Portland, we've got Waring with 2, then individuals to 5 or 6 other players, just spread around a bit for the other 6 goals there, 5 goals. And best players, Knoll, Laslet, Cranwell, Perkins and Hamilton.
Yes. Modbury, they're our lay-downers there. Sorry, you want to say something else about that?
No, I was just how Portland going, but we'll come at that in a minute.
But
anyway,
Portland are sitting 8th, I think, off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's 9th, sorry. 9th, but only 2 games outside the 5. Yeah. So still a very smoky chance. So, yeah. We talked about all year, Modbury the team to beat. Old Iggy's we thought would be a team that might be able to challenge them, but they haven't. It was Modbury 19-11, 125. Old Iggy's 8-7, 55. Really interesting stats. One thing, Modbury got a bit of mail on Modbury today, direct from Clovercrest State Swim. Modbury now are using Clovercrest State Swim, not just for children's safety and swimming. They actually use it as a recovery and training.
All the big rooms happen at Clovercrest.
That's what I'm going to give information for today. So what they're doing is they're training there. Because they're over, obviously has so many juniors and doesn't hold up well, so it has maintain it a little bit and get it right for the weekend. The less traffic they have on it during the week, the better. So they've actually gone to the state swim, and I know I went there today, and it does help with recovery.
Indeed, no,
exactly. Verity kicked 3, Buckfield kicked 3, Gibson and Davey both kicked 2, as did Stanton and Shaw and Davey, and Robinson. I've never seen that many twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players kicking 2 again, and that's maybe what makes them so dangerous. The spread. Like, who are you going to shut down? Like, there's plenty of them. Davey would be the first one I'd shut down. He was their best with Fodkin, Burns, Hoffmeyer, and Warden.
And for Old Iggy's, Abbott with 2, and then Olep with 2 individuals to 5 other players, split around a bit again, and best players Abbott, Murdoch, Shaw, Washer and McHugh. So it's a bit disappointing, that one, I think, for Old Iggy's. Just
how did you say that name there?
McHugh?
No, the one before that. Washer?
Washer.
Let's go with Washer.
I just went Washer. Just give a bit of TJ into it.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Got to give the people what they want. Now, the big result, the result that changes the dynamic of this division, and someone has announced themselves. That team is Foss Camden. Touched on it earlier. 2014 134, Scotch 4630. And this one, I drove past it. I didn't stop at it. I didn't expect it to be as one-sided as this. I'm not even sure I even tipped the Phantoms in this one. It was at Scotch College, and generally it's a tough place to come away the points with.
7 out.
Scotch had 7 out. There we go. We just got that one from the producer. Not to make excuses, but 7 out of any team makes for a big, They still had guys like Laganick, Broderick. I see Thorpe in there, Radbone, Bilby. So there's still at 2 penny. Nucleus are good enough players, but they got brained by a team that moved into 4th, and a huge win led by Matty Jackware with 5 goals. Bergsma kicked 3. A host of doubles in the form of Ruwalt, Gordon, and Ramsey. Better players, Jay Scharenberg. Yes, that's not Jonty Scharenberg, okay? I'm just saying.
Well, the brother of one of the players.
So Matt's at Collingwood. Jonty has just made the Australian team through the Glenelg Juniors. What a good junior program they're going. Ruwalt, Hamden, Reevely and Finn. Obviously a lot of Glenelg juniors playing at Fossies.
When you see Jack kick 5 goals and not get best players, obviously they had a lot of best players on the day. When you win by 100 points, what else? So, and for Scotch, Middleton with 2, and individuals just a couple other players there. With best players Smith, Skeen, 2 penny.
Twopney, 2 penny.
2 penny.
Yeah.
Cameron and Middleton. Middleton obviously with the 2 goals, gets stuck in there with the couple of goals he kicked.
Yep. And there's been fluctuating fortunes in this ladder. I didn't just spit on you, did you?
You did, you stuck on me, and you fluctuated before too.
Okay, Modbury still sit top, obviously at 12-1. They'll get a home final in week 2. Sacred Heart is second on 10-3, St Peter's 9-4, and then there's a chasm big enough to fit the Rancor from Star Wars. It's a 3-game gap to Foss Camden. But think about Foss, I said, and you can see it in their percentage now, 55%. When they lose, they only lost by narrow margins. They're a very honest team. Broadview, 6 and 7. Old Iggy's drop out the 5 6 and 7. Those 2 games where they added up the points wrong.
Second or third about a month ago. So Scotch very disappointing this year. Unfortunately, Ian still be scratching it. So what have we done? We didn't deserve this. When you Cowboys, I suppose when you lose them.
Had Scotch have won that game, they would be in 4th. Now they sit 8th.
So he'd be scratching it, going, what do we have to do here? Just 1 game out, we could have been 4th or 5th.
And Andrew Newton, obviously leading Gazer, would be in 7th. Real chance. Look, boys, we're percentage out. It's probably one of the more interesting divisions to see who makes up the finals. And apart from Modbury being a grand finalist, I reckon there's a grand final spot up for the grabs here.
Absolutely. Anyway.
Yeah, Foss had such a good year last year. Winning form is good form. They've come off a premiership. Can they do it again? Can they go back to back?
What they've been doing the last few weeks, they certainly would be up there.
Time will tell. This is the tightest division for goal kicking. The goal kicking award could be any one of up to probably 10 players. It's Bilby on 39 from Scotch. I don't think he's going to win it. Lockie Button from Sacred Heart didn't kick any on the weekend. He's on 37. Trenorden from St. Peter's could be the dark horse on 37. Then Brady Pryor on 30, and Cam Watwood from Olding is also on 30.
Trenorden, another Flinders Park boy, obviously went across to Saints with his old school, which is fair enough. Yep. It's very sad to lose him, actually. Good player. So this week, Sacred Heart and Saints, it will be at Audi Arena.
It is. It's Therbert Noble. This is our game of the round. We're starting with game of the round. It's second versus third. Percentage dictates that St. Peter's can't actually leapfrog Sacred Heart, but they can go a long way towards possibly getting a home final in the first week with a win here.
Absolutely. So I'm going for Sacred Heart. I reckon they're Sacred Heart, bigger oval, probably a bit fitter than St. Peter's at the moment, younger side.
I'll take Sacred Heart as well.
Yeah.
St. Peter's just starting to find their form again. They wouldn't be surprised if I got this one wrong.
Another game of the round, Foss Camden and Broadview, 4th and 5th. Just a bit of percentage only dividing them at the moment.
Now I say this is the battle of the weed, really. Both for current coach of Broadview and former Foss Camden coach.
Yes, absolutely is, as too.
There's plenty of weed around. Broadview for me just aren't consistent enough. Foss Camden have been very consistent, and Fossies here I tell you, they wouldn't want to drop this one. I think Foss Camden.
At home too, so Foss Camden for me as well.
Did have a brief chat with Daryl Smith today from Fossies, and pretty excited about just the way things are just starting to come together for Fossies. A lot of hard work behind the scenes, fantastic junior programs, and again, possibly a couple of ex-Foss Camden players being drafted this year. So good things happening down Skull Cave.
Yep, and Oldie's and Smosh. We've got Oldie's, they should win this one. You'd think you get Smosh who are bottom.
Oldie's. They have made a fantastic attempt to run down a ladder like I've never seen before. Between point indiscretions and loss of form, they've gone from 2nd to 6th in a month. But they will regain some form against Smoshies at home.
This one that you should think so. We should launch them hopefully back. Well, we should launch them back into 5th because obviously Foss, Camden, and Broadview, one of them are going to lose, obviously. And Gazer and Scotch.
This is huge. This is 7th versus 8th. Both teams within one win of 4th spot. Well, Gazer percentage of. For me, this is where you get back into mathematics. You lose this one, you're still mathematically a chance, but I just don't think you're gonna play finals. I like Gazer at home.
I like Gazer at home too. I think, as I said, Ian still be scratching his head saying, one game out we would have been 4th or 5th at the moment, but I think Gazer just starting to lift it a little bit now at the end of the year. Really,
really good teams respond from performances like last week that Scotch had. I don't think Scotch are a really, really good team anymore. They used to be. They certainly were. They should be a Div 1 team, but they're not. They missed their window of opportunity, and they will get done this week.
They will against Gazer.
Yep. And last one.
Okay, Portland Modbury. Gee whiz. So we've got top versus 9th. Modbury by a long shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
10 goals plus.
Yeah, Modbury comfortably.
Even though it's at Portland, Port Reserve, I think still by a long shot.
The only result that we could have in this one is Modbury. Yep.
Exactly.
Thanks for watching the Div 2 Weekly Runner. We're back next week.
See you later.